hold. Caleb on your left, Owen on your right. It's Blue Art Gift Storm, it's Living End. Both these players, 9 and fun. Great records for both of them. A sleight of hand is where Caleb is going to start things off. Barbluff Canal is the land. He'll take a card, he'll put one at the bottom, and we are underway here as Podwika is going to play a Blood Crypt untapped and simply pass the turn back. He'll get ready to cycle here.
Yeah, let's see if one of those upgrades, because he has the mana now for Desert Ceradon or Horror of the Broken Lands.
Yeah. I'm glad you're enjoying this so much.
Just some big upgrades.
Here is Baral.
Oh, man.
Upgrade complete. There's Horror of the Broken Lands.
There it is.
Living End the draw for the turn there for Podwika. He'll play a Grove of the Burn Wolves untapped. We're going to go over to Caleb, and Owen could die right now.
He's just dead.
He could die right now.
Let's play it out, but I think he's dead.
Manamorphose. Well, there's always a clear giveaway. When Caleb asks for the storm counters and the mana counters, that's when you know it's probably over. And yep, he's asked for them.
Get me my supply bag.
Yeah. It's time to finish this guy off. Storm count of 1. Manamorphose will draw him a card. I don't see many rituals in the hand there. He does have a copy of Strategic Planning. Also picked up a copy of Serum Visions.
And Manamorphose is a ritual at this point with Baral in play.
It is. It is. Another Manamorphose. So we'll have 2 blue and a red. Draw a card. Another Serum Visions.
Not what Caleb is looking for here.
He needs Pyretic, really. That'd be the most useful here. I don't think it's time to gifts. So he's going to go strategic for a single blue.
The hope here is just to pick up some rituals, and then he should be good to go.
Yeah, Pyretic Ritual or Desperate Ritual is what he's looking for. You're not looking for any of that stuff either. That was a Serum Visions, a Gifts Ungiven, and a Goblin Electromancer. That's not what the doctor ordered, folks. Now, Strategic Planning, we'll take a look at that card very quickly. It was, at one point, a vintage superstar. Remember, Brian DeMar is someone who was a big fan of that card for a little while. You look at the top 3 cards of your library, you put one of them in your hand, the rest go into the bin. And with Storm, you use your graveyard as an extension of your hand, so it's a nice little card here. Here are Serum Visions, no blue mana floating. Draw a card, will Caleb. Looks like he found a land, snow-covered island, and a sleight of hand. So he has had some difficulty finding rituals, Patrick.
So this is problematic, and this is starting to shape up like Scherer will not be able to go off this turn. Fortunately, he's only burning through cantrips. He's not burning through rituals. So he has a shot of just cantrip a bunch and go for it again next turn. His hand will still be pretty stocked.
Here's Spirebuff Canal. And I think what we might see him do here is just play Gifts.
Yeah, because he has the mana to spare. So he can Gifts now, I think, for a variety of rituals, and hope that he gets the next turn with Baral still in play, and just go from there.
The Gifts piles we typically see here from Gift Storm is Pyretic Ritual, Desperate Ritual, Manamorphose, and Past in Flames. We might see Caleb get Noxious Revival instead, and we do. So you can sub out Manamorphose, sub in Noxious Revival. But Caleb is dead-ended. He's dead-ended this turn, and we'll see what Owen can do on his 3rd turn. I'm sure Owen wasn't expecting to even get a 3rd turn. Ooh, Owen's got a little Fairy Macabre in his hand. All right.
Something.
Yeah.
I was going to say that split looks a little weird to me because I would assume that you have to choke him on mana and giving him the rituals don't work. But if you have Fairy Macabre here.
Yeah, Past in Flames and Noxious Revival. See you later. Podwika will draw. Looks like he picked up a copy of Beast Within. There's a forest. Again, he's got 2 main deck copies of Beast Within. Does our Living End player.
Sure, for those of you wondering at home, 2 copies of Past in Flames.
Okay. Okay, that's important. Podwika will pass the turn back. Upkeep, it'll be a Beast Within, most likely on Baral, but maybe he goes after a land.
Yeah, it looks like he pointed towards what I thought was Spirebluff Canal. But
He's going to go after Spirebluff Canal. I'm a little surprised he didn't go after a land because the cost reducer is so effective.
well, maybe part of the logic here is Scheerer's looked at so many cards that he probably has a backup Baral.
Okay. Sleight of hand the draw. See where we're going to start here. All right, Caleb thinks he can get some work done now. He'll go Pyretic into Desperate.
And now all these are actual Dark Rituals because of Baral.
Second time we've seen him get out the mana counters and storm counter that he earned by winning that invitational many moons ago. Here's Gifts Ungiven. He wants rituals, folks. That's the normal 4. 2 rituals, Manamorphose, and Past in Flames. This is the normal 4. Keep in mind, he has not played a land yet this turn. He's got no blue mana floating, just 3 red. Manamorphose can certainly assist in things here. You see Podwika is going to think things through a little bit.
I think that you just can't afford to give him mana here, is my sense.
So what do you want to give?
Past in Flames, and yeah, I think it has to be. You had to give him the Past in Flames. If Podwika doesn't have interaction, it doesn't matter. I mean,
yeah,
there's no split here that's relevant.
Yeah, the problem is that you give him those 2, he's just going to play. He can still do his thing. So he's going to play Pyretic Ritual.
There's no way to cut him off.
Nope.
If you don't have any interaction, so.
And you got to remember, Past in Flames right now only costs 3, not 4. So he's got 2 red floating. All these rituals only cost 1. And so now he's going to go from the graveyard with Pyretic. Another Pyretic to Desperate. And then we can't forget he's got all these copies of Manamorphose in the graveyard, so blue mana is not going to be an issue at all.
Yeah, you can filter 1 red into 2 blue, and he can spike some cantrips here in the event that he feels that he needs to do that. I think he can just go out of his graveyard, though. I don't think he needs any help.
Yeah, this should be pretty elementary here for Caleb as he's going to play another Manamorphose. Can't forget, so Manamorphose is going to cost a single red mana, and it's actually going to be plus mana in this instance. And it's drawing him a card as he picked up another copy of Manamorphose. Storm count is at 10 right now, so Caleb doesn't have a long way to go. He's going to play Gifts Ungiven right now. Remember, that's only going to cost 3 mana as opposed to 4. So 3 blue, 2 red floating. Spell count 11. Oh, somebody wants a little peeky poo.
Take a look.
Yeah. Grape Shot, Peak. Don't know what else Caleb does want here. Keep in mind, Caleb does have a copy of Grape Shot in hand at this point. So he'll go with Grape Shot, Peak, Desperate Ritual, Pyretic Ritual. And from this point, folks, it's pretty easy. And you can see why, Patrick, killing these cost reducers, so important in this deck.
Yeah. When you have Past in Flames, you just have so much redundancy and resilience against random discard spells. So the bottleneck has to be mana. And those reducers cheat it to such an extent that, you know, you can't bottleneck on mana once this starts happening.
Desperate Ritual will be cast from the graveyard thanks to Past in Flames. You see Caleb has started a second graveyard. He's got the normal one that he can target everything with Past in Flames, and he's got the other one. Now he'll play Peak. He wants to see exactly what Owen has in hand. Little information.
Yeah.
On his way out the door, a couple copies of Violent Outburst, The Living End, and now he'll say, I'll show you 2 Grape Shots. So Caleb actually pretty smart there, searching for the Peak, saying, I'll get a little information on my way out the door in case you have anything weird. I've seen Beast Within, didn't see Fulminator Mage, but he also picked up the information that he has Very Macabre, and he'll take that information and the win for game number 1.
Desert Ceradon still concealed, fortunately for Podwika. So.
You're a little hater.
No, I think it's like you said, the 1 mana cyclers are great for this deck. I think that it is likely to be an upgrade over a Jungle Weaver or that 4/4 for 5 that has to attack.
Caribit's still in the deck.
Okay.
That stays. What left is like Deadshot Minotaur. You know, that thing's a real stink bomb.
Yeah.
And some other 2 mana cyclers
So
like Pale Recluse.
I'm not objecting to the analysis that it's an upgrade. It's just funny to me. That's all.
Fair enough. Caleb Scherer does win game number 1 here over Owen. Podwika, Blue-Red Gift Storm up a game very quickly over Living End. We go to the sideboards. We'll start with Owen, who's got 3 Archfiend of Ifnir, 2 Slaughter Games, 2 Shriekmaw, 2 Leyline of Sanctity, 2 Leyline of the Void, and all to the Bone, a Brindlebore, a Jund Charm, and a Crozen Grip. I'm kind of digging these ley lines here.
Both ley lines and the Jund Charm, too, I think. Just the anti-graveyard mode. Like that stuff.
Kind of might want to go to Slaughter Games, too, honestly.
Oh, yeah, and Slaughter Game seems great, too. A really good anti-storm sideboard here.
The thing that's kind of tough here for Caleb is he can't go to empty.
Right.
Because you're playing against a Living End deck, so that's not an option. So he's got to do it with Grape Shot, so I think it's totally possible. Slaughter Games naming Grape Shot could be good enough for the W here as we take a look at his sideboard. You've got 3 Empty the Warren, 3 pieces to the puzzle, 3 Lightning Bolt, 2 Shattering Spree, 2 Dismember, a Swan Song, and a Wipe Away. Not much here for Caleb.
Yeah, I mean, the Swan Song's probably fine. You know, if you think you're going to be hit with a lot of discard, it may be pieces of the puzzle, but, you know, Living End typically can't go to cheap interaction because of the nature of the deck. So probably just the Swan Song, maybe pieces of the puzzle. But yeah, I agree. You can't go to empty against Living End.
Those are the options there for both players. And they will sideboard and shuffle up here for game number 2. Caleb up a game, so Owen will be on the play for game number 2. And we're going to take a moment to talk about SCG Game Night, the very popular promotion where this month of September it's getting a little stinky.
Head over to go.starcitygames.com/game-night to find the game night closest to you. Every month, Star City Games comes out with a new kit with pins and tokens we send to the stores that are signed up for game night. And then stores run game night however they want to, any day of the week, any format they want. Right now, this is the September kit. This is Smell Snare, and we got a couple more to show you as well in October, coming down the pipeline. So there's Vampire, Night Fox, and then lastly, in November, Tarmo Goat.
Hey, you got it! Nice.
Again, go to starcitygames.com/game night. Find game night closest to you. Stores, if you want to get signed up for game night, contact your Star City Games in-store play representative.
Game number 2 about to be underway here between Scherer and Podwika. We'll learn a little bit more about Caleb here very quickly before game number 2 does begin. The 29-year-old from St. Louis, Missouri. See a lot of him on the SCG Tour with his 4 open top 8s. Still looking for that first win. 2 invitational top 8s. 1 invitational win in Vegas a couple of years ago, which got him to the Players' Championship. And then, of course, he did get 2nd place in our Players' Championship last year. Lost to his good friend, Joe Lissette, in the finals as we turn our attention to game number 2. Podwika with just a swamp to start things off. We'll go over to Caleb. He's got a Steam Vents out on the battlefield untapped, and he's got a Serum Vision. So he'll draw a card, which is a Desperate Ritual. He'll scry 2, taking a look at pieces of the puzzle, Shivan Reef. Looks like Reef is going to be the first draw here, and we'll head back over to Owen, who will cycle Monstrous Caribid.
There it is.
An oldie but a goodie. Blood Crypt's going to enter the battlefield untapped here for Owen. And don't worry, Patrick, he's got Desert Ceradon ready.
I gotta say, I really respect Caleb's scries. He doesn't look back and forth at his hand. He's not looking at the 2 cards over and over again. He just puts them back.
He knows what he's looking for.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the goods here. I see a Simian Spirit Guide, a Violent Outburst, a Demonic Dread, a Fairy Macabre, a copy of Living End, and Desert Ceradon.
Not a lot of interaction here.
No.
Oh, yeah. 6-4.
Good early.
Good late.
Yeah. Does it all.
No bad spots.
Yeah. Those might be on sale for a modern sale right now going on, the weekly sale.
Yeah.
Big savings on Desert Ceradon.
Just check on back when Star City has the what we found in the trash can sale. And then you can find some deep savings on Desert Ceradon.
Sleight of hand here from Caleb. He'll take a look at a couple of cards, Gifts and Serum Visions. I'm sure we'll whip up a nice graphic of that.
Right. Horror of the Broken Lands with some nacho cheese stuck to it.
Desert Ceradon, Sharpied on for another proxy.
Yeah.
Ceradon will cycle. It's going to turn into a new card, which is another Desert Ceradon.
It's going infinite.
Ceradon Flooded.
It's basically an infinite combo.
Horror of the Broken Lands now to the graveyard. The Simian Spirit Guide the draw. Cycle the Ceradon.
Going off.
Yes, we are.
Someone else needs their own storm count.
Yeah. We'll go over to Caleb. Caleb going to play his 3rd land, which is a mountain. Do we have a cost reducer? Yes, we do. I think it's showtime, folks.
And Caleb, not even bothering to leave himself with the option of getting blue mana, just taps both of his dual lands. Podwika's dead.
Yeah.
Just not even bothering to give himself the option of making blue.
Here's Manamorphose. We'll have 2 blue, 2 red here in just a moment. Spell number 3.
Yeah, I'd rather save the point.
Yeah. Pieces to the puzzle, Desperate Ritual, Manamorphose, Gifts Ungiven in hand.
So keep in mind, he does have to go off through a Fairy Macabre. He does know about that, which complicates it doing it through gifts a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Here's pieces to the puzzle. Top 5. We're going to take 2 spells.
Never mind.
Wipe Away, and looks like Past in Flame's going to go to hand.
Yeah, he found a Past in Flames, which helps quite a bit here, as he can cast that, and then now this should be trivial from here.
As long as he's got enough mana to work with. I mean, you mentioned Fairy Macabre, which is not irrelevant because it can eat the rituals that are in the graveyard.
That's true.
Here's Manamorphose.
But his graveyard's pretty stacked. I mean, he'll be able to cast his Past in Flames, I'm guessing, with quite a bit of mana.
I don't know how much.
I mean, +1's here.
Draw a card. Noxious Revival. That's a bit of a beating. I think that might actually end up being pretty good. Now here's Past in Flames. So 1 and 1. And now I think we'll probably see the Macabre. Yeah, so what are the targets going to be?
I mean, it's got to be mana, but there's more than 2 in there. I mean, he's got, my count is 4 rituals in there, so the Macabre only cuts him off of a little bit.
He's going to go after both copies of Manamorphose. All right, so those are both gone. And Caleb doesn't care about that, so now the whole graveyard's on. All right, away we go. Pyretic. Up to 4. Okay. Here's Gifts. Spell count of 10. I think we'll see Grape Shot, Manamorphose, Ritual. Yep. You can tell Caleb's been here before. Been playing Storm basically ever since we've seen him begin playing on the SCG Tour.
Yeah, his game has gotten a lot more efficient. He is you know, in the last year or so even, noticeably sped up his pace of play with this deck.
So Manamorphose and Grape Shot go to the graveyard from the gifts. Here is Pyretic. Here comes Desperate. Spell 12. Does he have any issues going off is the question. Okay, so there's Past in Flames in the graveyard. So now he's got access to his whole graveyard again, so Manamorphose will give him.
I think he can just, 1 Grape Shot should be good from here.
Most likely, yeah. Draw a card. Picked up an Electromancer. Peek it up.
Show me your Ceradons.
I'll show you Spirit Guides instead, along with Horror of the Broken Lands, Living End, Violent Outburst, and a whole bunch of other garbage cards. Caleb will play Desperate Ritual. He'll play Pyretic Ritual. So this will be 6, 12, 16 cards. 16 spells, excuse me. We'll do a Serum Visions, do a Grape Shot, and that is going to do it. Caleb Scherer is going to win this matchup over Owen. Podwika, 2-0. Blue Art Gift Storm takes care of Living In, which would honestly, Patrick, be pretty close to a bye here in round number 11 of the tournament for Caleb. This matchup's almost as good as it gets, folks. Well,